Yeah, it is. It is very hectic indeed, and well, but we got used to it. We miss each other a lot, which is always good because when we're together, we have to do everything we need. Like interviews and rehearsing, preparing to the next concert, and then going on tour. We record video clips. Like photo shooting. So it's very intense. When we get together, we're together like 24 by 24, 24 by 7, right? Yeah, usually he comes to Brazil. We all get together. We usually we rent a house. Mhm. And then start exchanging ideas, exchanging, like raw ideas for songs, like riffs, melodies, parts, for the chorus or whatever. And start putting these ideas together, assembling them to they kind of look as a song. Right? That's pretty much how we've done. And recording lots of stuff. We record like on home studios, portable studios that we take with us. On a second moment, we start rehearsing, like really trying to prepare a demo or something. That could be back in Sao Paulo in the studio or something. Then we fly the producer to Brazil, in this case, Dennis Ward. He will adjust, do the final adjustments with us for the songs. And then we start tracking the drums, tracking rhythm guitars, tracking the bass, tracking vocals, keyboards, everything. And usually when we start tracking the drums, sure done. Okay. They have like atmospheres, like different kind of musical atmospheres, and pretty much have this overall sound for the song, this overall impression. And then I start writing lyrics usually. Usually I've been the main lyricist, but this at this time, Dennis Ward has also helped me. Fabio has also helped me. Felipe also wrote one lyric. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the cycles of pain in a generic way, like how much we have to endure pain in life to get stronger and to really get mature with things. Basically, what really molds us into what we are is painful situation, frustrated expectations. Usually we endure to things that we're not looking for. We try to avoid pain in life, but we are the consequence of painful situations. So it's not. People say that it's not victory that will make you better. It's your defeats, right? So in many senses, pain in the sense of when you break up with someone, when you move to another place because you have to, or try to find another job. I mean, lose someone that you love, which is usually one kind of pain that you can't avoid, and it's the worst, So what I see is that the younger generations, they avoid frustration in any slight shadow of the pain. They try to avoid. They're not very well prepared for frustrations and etc. So we've done this also as a letter to younger generations. We all father in the band. I'm a father of three young adults, 18 years old adults, who is suffering a lot, to socially position himself into life. Also, Marcelo has not a teenager anymore. When they are 18 or 19, they're young adults, and they stayed in home for years. During this, when they started to socialize with people, they had to stay inside their home. So it's a very traumatized generation. So it's a letter of hope from us as fathers to our children and to younger generation, to just saying that pain is part of life. Be strong, and that will pass. And make you better.
I mean, physical pain is something that wakes their awareness of reality because they're so lost in reality. It's very common among the teenagers nowadays to cut themselves not only by with tattoos but really cutting to feel pain, which is kind of worrying for us as parents. But it their reality. They have a reality where things are very superficial. All experiences they have are very superficial, and but in the same, there's a lack of ability of going deeper into situations, really having deeper experiences. But on the other hand, they also feel like anguish and emptiness inside, like there's always something missing for them. But it's still very hard for them to 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 go deeper on any experience. And for us, it was like a vinyl was a deep experience, like years, and still find more things, to surprise you. But they don't get surprised anymore. I mean, it's very, very hard to excite younger generations. It's more it's more about the quantity of excitements, quantity of impressions than the quality. Hardmans. Then hardmans create soft times. Then soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. I'm embarrassed of saying it, admitting it, because I was throwing, on Mid-Journey lots of terms like Death Angel, tropical metal band, and orishas, and other references that are from our Brazilian culture. And he was throwing me back lots of images, but they were all incomplete, always like with the hands like this or like. So I had like a bunch of them. I took a bunch of them and I sent it to an artist, and he redrew the whole thing. He was like that I had, and also the results from the Mid-Journey things, and then he drew bright. I mean, he drew the whole thing from and painted the whole thing. Tell you what, I hate those Photoshop, art with no shadow and light and perspective and weird geometry or weird perspective. So I believe that on AR, what I could get is like a lot of the colors, obviously the angel of death, and also some perspective of depth. Is like it's a better artist in many ways, but I still need that human touch. So I try to combine both. It's a complete ball change because I mean there's no way back. It's hard to compete with artificial intelligence on music. I mean, music, arts, that's for sure. And music is changing also on that subject. I mean, I heard, like Kurt Cobain singing a new true song. It's like it's just there. People combining these voices and styles. So I think there's no turning back. You have to accept it and make the best out of it.
Considering artificial intelligence, yes. To the final art, you need a human artist.
Specific details to Mid-Journey or whatever in artificial intelligence. But you certainly can get very, very inspired by it. Just throwing prompts and seeing what you get.
I think they didn't care much. I mean, the music. They liked it. I mean, the cover looks very beautiful. We have a real artist who have charged money for us to finish it, and we needed that, So we're not completely deleting the process, and they love the song, which is the most important. I mean, in the very end, even the cover artwork, which is pretty, uh, was kind of um, the song, the music itself highlighted that wasn't highlighting the cover artwork because the music was outstanding. Omni is like it's about the omniverse. There's the universe where the individuals are, then multiverse where we have not only individual conscience but collective conscience, and then omniverse would be one single conscience. Okay, it's just levels of consciousness, and then the absolute nothingness that's before omniverse. So it's just a concept, of how we see it, universe and the whole thing around us. Like the universe we can observe in small comparing to multiverse and omniverse. Because universe is like a grain of sand comparing to multiverse, where time is already uh, and doesn't exist anymore the way it does here. And on Omniverse, time doesn't even exist. Okay. Time on Omniverse has all these moments of time. So it's like time is one single thing. And well, back then in 2018, when we wrote Omni, I was like writing about this kind of stuff, reflecting, reading about this, and I was looking for a word that could connect the whole concept. Um, that that word was omni. Omni was the word that could represent the best the idea of having a omniverse, much bigger than ours. Yes, exactly.
Is it
Like,
related?
that's basically disconstructing the personification of God and going back to the original definition of omnipower, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. Yeah, I mean, actually, it's my wife's, but I mean, ours. But my wife, she likes it. She likes cats, and she's I call it, holistic therapist. Symbols and all the sort of stuff. Yeah, so his name is Padre Priest because he's got this white cross here, you know. He's very bad humor. He doesn't like to stay on our lap. I mean, and the other is called Bat. It's funny. I mean, they, I mean, they just make our atmosphere better. Of course, yes. They stress us a lot, right? Oh, yeah. Nowadays, so when I was a child, I was not used to live with animals. My father didn't like that much. We had a dog, but he stayed outside of home, and then I was like going in and out. I never cared much about the dog. But nowadays, that I live with cats in our home, I can't picture myself without having animals around. Not far. I live in a big city. It's like the biggest in South America, São Paulo. Like half an hour from here. There's some reserves, some parks and places that you can go hiking. So it's nice. If you travel 1 hour or two, then you really can get closer to wildlife. Where I am, the rainforest is a bit destroyed, right?
Oh,
It's a real wildlife. There's some preserved where they don't even accept people for hiking or anything because they're really very, very preserved. The rainforest, like the thick ones, and then you have to fly in a few hours.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I think it's like the biggest Italy cologne outside Italy. There's other places in the US, but São Paulo is huge. Lots of trattorias, Italy food festivals, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's it. Well, Felipe is also from an Italian family. So one of our first drummers, Confessori, he was also from Italy. I mean, his family was from Italy. Our first bass player, Luis Mariucci, his family was from Italy. So there's a lot of Italian people here in Sao Paulo. Portuguese and Holland and mixed in. Also Indians from Brazil. It's a lot. It's a huge mixture.
It's not the same, but
Yeah, it's pretty different. But I mean, oh yeah, obviously you find a common line for Latin America.
Mhm.
Poverty, the food, the way they have many things.
Hey folks, thanks for watching this podcast. If you enjoyed this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend, your family, and your cat. And stay awesome. Don't forget to check out our store at www.headingmusicartwork.com. Ciao for now.
Previously